Today I am going to discuss about the nuclear power plant. The another name of the nuclear power plant is atomic power plant. In the nuclear power plant, the working principle is similar to the thermal power plant. Instead of boiler, in nuclear power plant replaced a nuclear reactor and the heat exchanger. The remaining all working principle is similar to the thermal power plant. Instead of boiler, replaced as nuclear reactor and then heat exchanger. Nuclear power plant is working as a Rankine cycle, that is closed loop system. In the nuclear, the reactor, the fission process is taken place, that is fission and then fusion process. The whole the power plant in the nuclear power plant can be controlled with the help of control rod. Controlled with the help of control rod. Here the control rod, the material used is boron or cadmium. Here in this the nuclear reactor, the fuel used is uranium, thorium or plutonium. Maximum in the nuclear power plant, the fuel used is enriched uranium. The fuel used is enriched uranium, that is uranium 235. Uranium 235. The fission process is taken place due to the chain reaction. That is, in this the pipeline, the hot metal is there. Here the water is used in the heat exchanger. Here this water is converted in the form of steam. That steam drives the steam turbine. That steam drives the steam turbine with high pressure and then temperature. The steam drives the steam turbine with high pressure and then temperature. This turbine converts steam energy into mechanical energy or heat energy into mechanical energy. Further, this mechanical energy converted into electric energy with the help of alternator or AC generator. Here, the generated the voltage in terms of 3.3 kV, 6.6 kV or 11 kV. Based upon the distance or based upon the line length, boost the voltage with the help of step-up transformer. This 11 kV into 66 kV, 132 kV, 220, 400 or 765 kV. In India, the maximum operating voltage, the AC transmission line is 765 kV. 765 kV. And the maximum amount of the steam is wasted in the steam turbine, collected in the condenser, circulated to the cooling tower. Again, the water is sent into the heat exchanger. The water is sent into the heat exchanger through fed water pump. Here, the two loop is there. One is for the primary loop, another one is for the secondary loop. The primary loop, nuclear reactor and then heat exchanger, the steam is produced. And the secondary loop, the wastage of the steam in the turbine, collected in the condenser. Again, the reheating, that is reheating in the intermediate stages, that is fed back in the form of fed water pump. This is secondary loop. At present, in the world, 60% of the power demand satisfied with the help of thermal power plant. The fuel used in the thermal power plant is coal, and 30% of the demand satisfied with the help of hydroelectric power plants. The fuel used is water, and the major drawback is this: the hydroelectric power plant we can operate only in the season, that is for the rainy season, and in the summer season we can't generate the power. That water we can use for agriculture purpose, and then the water is used in the boiler purpose in thermal power plants. Here we can generate in the hydroelectric power plant during rainy season, that is 4 to 6 month period, both base load as well as for the peak load power generation. But in the summer season, we can generate the power only in the peak load demand. And 4 to 5% depending for nuclear power plant, the fuel used is uranium, thorium and then plutonium, and less than 1% depending for gas diesel power plant, and 4 to 5% depending for the renewable energy sources. Another name of renewable energy source is non-conventional energy sources. At present plays a vital role. One is for solar, another one is for wind power plants. With the help of the single power plant, we can't satisfy the total demand. Actually, at present, day to day, the population is increased. At the same time, technology is well developed. Day by day, the population is increased. At the same time, the technology is well developed, but all the technology used the consumer, the primary thing, the necessity is the supply is electric supply. By using all those appliances, day by day, the demand is increased. Previous 10 years back, that is the power generation is more or less equal to the power demand. The power demand means including the line losses, both transmission as well as for the distribution line loss. But at present, that is the power generation is less than the power demand. That is, demand is increased, generation is constant. We satisfied for the demand means for all the consumers, we need to satisfy for the demand. That means what are the sources available in the nature? We need to utilize all the sources and we can satisfy it for the consumers. Working principle of the nuclear power plant. The another name of the nuclear power plant is atomic power plant. That is, the nuclear power plant is much as similar to the thermal power plant. Instead of boiler, the nuclear power plant replaced as nuclear reactor and then heat exchanger. Here, in the nuclear power plant, the huge quantity of the power is generated using little bit of the fuel. Here, we are using the fuel is uranium, that is the enriched uranium 235. How much the power is produced? The same amount of power we need to generate in the thermal power plant or gas power plant means that is 4,500 tons of high grade coal is required. The same quantity of the power we are generating in the nuclear power plant, the same we need to generate in the thermal power plant. That is 4,500 tons of high grade coal is required. But in the nuclear power plant, we are using only 1 kg of uranium. But here in the thermal power plant required for 4,500 tons of high grade coal. That is 4,500. 1 ton means 1000 kg. That is into 10 to the power of 3 kg. This much of the fuel is required in the thermal power plant. Suppose we are using in the oil, that is 2000 tons of oil is required. The same quantity we need to generate for the power. Same amount of the power we need to generate in the, how much power is generated in the nuclear power plant? That is approximately equal to this much of tons of coal is required and this much of oil is required. In the nuclear power plant, the fuel requirement is very, very less, but the fuel cost is more. Comparing to the thermal power plant, in the nuclear power plant, the fuel cost is very, very high. And in this thermal power plant, the fuel we are using is the coal. It polluted to the environment in the form of fly ash and then unburned fuel. Fly ash and then unburned fuel. But in the nuclear power plant, it polluted to the environment due to the radioactive substances. Radioactive substances. It releases for alpha rays, beta rays, and then gamma rays. Alpha rays is considered for the internal hazards, and beta and then gamma rays is considered for the external hazards. Energy equivalent. Actually, in the nuclear power plant, the fuel we are using is uranium. This is nothing but the one pellet. That is the small quantity of the fuel that is represent for one pellet. As much energy is, how much energy is generated with. Similarly, we need to generate the remaining sources, that is coal or oil or wooden particle or natural gas. How much the fuel is required? In the nuclear power plant, one pellet energy is equivalent to, in that we are using in the power plant, the fuel is oil, that is 3 barrels of oil is required. 3 barrels of oil is required. The same we are generating in the thermal power plant, 1 ton coal is required. 1 ton means 1000 kg. In the thermal power plant, 1000 kg of fuel is required. How much equivalent to power in the nuclear power plant? 1 pellet. 1 pellet. And if using for the wooden particle, that is 1 cord of wood is required. That is 1 cord means 2.5 tons. That is 2500 kgs of wooden particle is required. This same amount of power is generated in the gas power plant. How much the natural gas is required? 1700 cubic feet of the gas, natural gas is required. That is to generate 1 pellet energy equivalent to this much of fuel is required. Actually, in that the nuclear power plant, the fuel requirement is very, very less. Just we are using the little bit of fuel, we can generate the huge, that is enormous amount of energy, But the major drawback in the nuclear power plant is polluted to the environment in the form of radioactive substances. And in the nuclear power plant, that is the flow moving neutron induces the fission process. Actually, the nuclear fission means the splitting of heavy nucleus into two or more small nuclei is called as nuclear fission. Now you can see here they are used for one small neutron, plus they are adding uranium 235. We are getting one unstable neutron, that is uranium 236. Whenever the fission process is taken place, bombarded, that is the splitting of heavy nuclei into two or more the small nuclei is nothing but nuclear fission. It releases for two nucleus, that is small nuclei. One is nothing but the lanthanum, another one is for the bromine. One is for lanthanum, another one is for the bromine. And it releases for the three small neutron. Again here adding one small neutron. Again we are getting like that. The chain process is Now here three small neutron is released. The next stage, that is 9 neutrons are releasing, and after that we are getting for the 27 neutrons. Now in this the example, the splitting of heavy nuclei, that is uranium 236, the bombarded, we are getting for bromine and then krypton, and releases for three small neutrons. Again the chain process is going. This is the nuclear fission, means the splitting of heavy nuclei into two or more. The small nuclei is nothing but the nuclear fission. Here we are getting for the chain reaction. That is one proton and one neutron is a proton, in the sense that is the positive charge particle. Neutron represent for the negative charge particle. Neutron means the negative charge particle. Now this we are adding one small neutron, that the uranium, already uranium 235 is there. We are getting one unstable neutron, that is the uranium 236. The bombarded the portion, we are getting the splitting of heavy nuclei into two or more the small nuclei is nothing but the nuclear fission. That is the two small nuclei is nothing but, one is nothing but the bromine, another one is for the krypton or lanthanum. Now again it releases the three small neutron. Again we are getting one more, the fission process appeared. Again we are getting how much? 9 neutrons. The next stage we are getting for 27 neutrons. Like that, the chain process is going on continuously. Nuclear fission, that is the small and then the heavy nuclei gather into the one center particle. We are getting for the huge nucleus, that is the heavier nuclei. Light nuclei fuse together to form heavier nuclei. Here taken for the two hydrogen element. Observe here, this is nothing but the deuterium. One positive particle, one negative particle. This is nothing but the deuterium. This is lower as well as for the higher mass value. This is nothing but the lower mass value. Only the two particle is there. This is for the higher mass value. Three particles are there. One positron and two neutrons is there. This is nothing but the higher value. Carrying into the center particle, the bombarded. Finally, we are getting for a single nucleus. That is nothing but the heavier nucleus. We are getting two hydrogen element. Finally, we are getting for the one helium. Two hydrogen element. Finally, we are getting for one helium and releases for the neutron. Now, you can see here the nuclear fission means the lower as well as for the higher mass value carry into the center particle. Finally, we are getting for the heavier nucleus. Here we are taken for the example is nothing but the hydrogen particle. One is nothing but the lower value H12, another one is for the higher mass value H13. The final the output we are getting for the helium plus and releases for the one neutron. Helium and then one small neutron. Next topic is, that is the moderator. This is the major heart of the nuclear power plant. Actually, in the nuclear power plant, in the nuclear reactor, it releases for the fast neutron. Actually, in the nuclear power plant, the fuel cost is very, very high comparing to the other conventional power plant. That is comparing to thermal power plant or gas power plant or diesel power plant. In the nuclear power plant, the fuel utilization is very, very less, but the fuel cost is more. Here, once the bombarded, the fission and fusion process is taken place, it releases the huge amount of energy. The fast reaction. To minimize the fast reaction, we are using for moderator. The moderator, the material used is the graphite material. Moderator, the material used is graphite material. Whenever the fast neutrons are released, they absorb the moderator, that is the graphite material, and slow down the neutron. Due to that, maintained throughout the period, the efficiency is same and the fuel utilization is minimized. The fuel utilization is minimized. And the next one is nothing but the control rod. Throughout the nuclear power plant and controlled based upon the control rod. Based upon the demand, we can generate. Actually, the demands are classified for two types. One is nothing but the base load. Another one is for the peak load. Base load means in a day 24 hours, the load is maintained for constant, that is represent for base load. Peak load means within short interval of time, the load is increasing. Within 2 hours or within 1 hour, again the load is coming from the actual position. That is nothing but the peak load. For example, the plant, the capacity is 500 megawatt. 500 megawatt. In this, the 500 megawatt power plant, we can generate the maximum power 480 megawatt to 540 megawatt. 480 megawatt to 540 megawatt. That is the plus or minus the 20 to 15 variation is available. Actually, the plant capacity is 480 megawatt. Can generate the maximum power in the particular plant 480 megawatt. In this the plant, the base load is 240 megawatt. The base load is 240 megawatt. That is throughout in a day 24 hours, in a year 365 days, any climate condition, that is either summer season or rainy season or any climate condition, the base load is 240 megawatt. And the peak load based on the season, based on the climate condition, based upon the variation, the peak load, some of the hours is 280 megawatt or 320 megawatt, 330 megawatt or 380 megawatt or 400, 420 megawatt, 420 megawatt. Now, in this, the nuclear power plant, once we are applying little bit of the fuel uranium, the bombarded fission process is taken place, releases within a fraction of a second generating the power. That is the huge quantity of the power is generated. Suppose here the base load is only 240 megawatt, but the power generated is 300 megawatt. What about the remaining excess 60 megawatt? It is stored in the power plant or it is stored in the transmission line? No. It should be evaporated in the atmospheric heat. It is not stored in the power plant because we can store the electricity in the battery, that is in terms of volt, not in terms of kilovolts. Available in the market, the battery 12 volt and 24 volt battery is connected in series parallel combination. We can store up to either 2 kV or 3 kV, not in terms of this huge quantity. That is, we want to store the 1 kV voltage means the cost in terms of lakhs. The cost in terms of lakhs. That is very, very difficult. Again, we need to spend that much of amount means that is useless. For that purpose, based upon the demand, how much the demand is there, we need to generate the same quantity of power. That is the plus or minus 10 megawatt, the variation is there. If beyond crosses 20 megawatt means that is the losses. Actually, the fossil fuels, that is either uranium or thorium, plutonium, coal, and gas particle, natural gas, diesel, petrol, day to day it is depleted. That is, it is non-recycling process. Once the fuel is burning, output in the form of gas particle or it is in the form of unburned fuel. We can't recycle it. For that purpose, we can, in the thermal power plant, we can control only in the control rod. Based upon the demand, we are controlling with the help of control rod. In this, the control rod, the material used is cadmium and then boron. Cadmium and then boron. Once the control rod is pulled, that is, once the control rod is pushed towards the core, once the control rod is pushed towards the core, the fission is absorbed. Only the small amount of neutrons is released, can generate little bit of power. Whenever the control rod is pulled out, more number of the fission process is released, the huge amount of the power is generated. The whole the thermal power plant operated based upon the K factor, Once under normal operating condition, the K factor value is unity. If the control rod is fully inserted, that is the fission is observed, only the small neutrons are released, that is the K factor value is less than unity. Whenever the control rod is pull out, more number of the fission process is released, that is the power generation is maximum. The K factor is greater than unity. The K factor is greater than unity. Here, the one thing, suppose if the K factor value is too lower value, automatically the power plant is shut. Always we need to maintain some amount of the value, that is never it is below the 0.3 to 0.4, never it below the 0.3. And the whole power plant controlled based upon the control rod. This is nothing but the chain reaction is taken place. That is with the help of fission and then fusion process we are getting for the chain reaction. That is one small neutron is there. We are adding uranium 235 and the bombarded we are getting for two small nuclei. One is nothing but the lanthanum, bromine or krypton. This is the inside of the nuclear reactor. Here the fuel used is enriched uranium. This is nothing but inside this the n number of pellets are available. Inside this n number of pellets are available. Actually, once they are filled for the fuel, this we can utilize for the long duration, that is 6 months to 1 year process. The n number of the fuel pellets are there. We can generate the power in the nuclear power plant. Now here the fuel used is nothing but the enriched uranium. The enriched uranium is nothing but uranium 235. Uranium 235. N number of the reactors is placed. This is represent for pure yellow cake. Pure yellow cake. Inside this the cake, number of pellets are filled. Number of pellets are filled. The advantages and disadvantages of the nuclear power plant. The another name of nuclear power plant is atomic power plant. The main advantages of the nuclear power plant is the space required is very less comparing to the thermal power plant. In the thermal power plant, the fuel requirement is more. You need to import the fuel, store, that is coal storage plant, coal handling plant, ash handling and then ash storage plant. The land requirement is more. But in the nuclear power plant, the fuel requirement is very less. Can generate the huge amount of power. Due to that, the space requirement is very less comparing to the thermal as well as for the hydroelectric power plant. And this major advantage of the nuclear power plant is used for both base load as well as for the peak load power generation throughout the period. Suppose the demand is increased, just we are applying the little bit of fuel, additional quantity of fuel, generating satisfied for the demand. But in the thermal power plant is applicable only for the base load. It is not applicable for peak load. But the hydro power plant is applicable both base as well as for the peak load power generation. But we can generate only in the season, that is 4 to 6 month period. And in the nuclear power plant, the fuel requirement is very less. That is 1 metric tons of uranium fuel. How much power is generated? Is approximately equal to 3 million metric tons of coal is required, or 12 million barrels of oil is required. 12 million barrels of oil is required. This is the major advantage in the nuclear power. And drawback is the only one drawback. The radioactive substances released, that is the disposal is very difficult. We need to store the radioactive particle without affecting the environment. It is very difficult. And the maintenance cost is also very high, because handling the plant and maintaining the plant, nuclear power plant, highly skilled person and highly trained person is required. Due to that, the salary bill is more. That is already in the nuclear power plant, the initial cost is high. The maintenance cost and running cost is also high comparing to the other power plant. These are the drawbacks of nuclear power plant or atomic power plant. In the nuclear power plant, the reactor are classified into 3 types. One is for boiling water reactor, BWR, pressurized water reactor, PWR. Another one is for fast breeder reactor, FBR. Now, but the maximum in the nuclear power plant, they are preferred for PWR, that is pressurized water reactor. Pressurized water reactor. Now you can see here, this is the pressurized water reactor. In this the pressurized water reactor, the two parameters used. One is nothing but this is the nuclear reactor, another one is for the heat exchanger. In this the nuclear reactor, enriched uranium is used. The water is used for both coolant as well as for the moderator boiler purpose. Whenever the fission process is taken place in the reactor with the help of the control rod, now the hot air is flowing in this the pipeline. The water is carried in the heat exchanger. The water is converted in the form of steam with high pressure and then temperature without the moisture particle in the steam. The steam drives the steam turbine, converts steam energy into mechanical energy. Further, that converted into electric energy with the help of alternator or AC generator. The generated power given to the consumer via transmission and then distribution line through step-up transformer, circuit breakers, isolated switches, and then bus bar. The wastage of the steam in the steam turbine collected in the condenser, circulated to the cooling water pump, again send it to the heat exchanger. This is the pressurized water reactor. Next one, the boiler water reactor. It is very simple. The water is used for both moderator as well as for the cooler, but here they are not used for the heat exchanger. The boiling water, they are not used for the heat exchanger. In this, the control rod, the steam is here itself. The steam is generated, but directly drives the steam turbine. Some amount of the radioactive substances released, that is either beta rays or gamma rays. Due to that, the environment is affected. And one more thing, suddenly within short interval of time, the demand is increased. We can satisfy it for the demand. But in the pressurized water reactor, we can generate the power and satisfy any demand. Suddenly the demand is increased either 60 megawatt or 80 megawatt or 100 megawatt, can satisfy it for the demand. But in the boiling water reactor, we can't satisfy sudden increasing the demand. But maximum all the power plant, they are used for the pressurized water reactor. But in the fast breeder reactor, directly they are not used for the water, they are used for sodium, that is Na. In the name itself available, that is the fast breeder reactor. The power releases for the fastly, and it is not observed for the any reactor material. In that the fast breeder reactor, it polluted to the environment due to alpha rays as well as for the beta rays. For that purpose, they are not preferred for the fast breeder reactor. But in the nuclear power plant, maximum they are preferred for the pressurized water reactor. And the major drawback in the nuclear power plant, it releases for the radioactive wastage. That is, we can store for the radioactive, that is the wastage particle, very difficult in the nuclear power plant. This effect is prolonged for 100 to 1000 years. This is the deep trench. In the plant itself, they are collected every twice a year, shut down for the power plant, 30 to 60 days. Shut down the power plant, 30 to 60 days. Again, fill for the nuclear reactor fuel. And another thing, any maintenance, that is the maintenance of the turbine, maintenance of the alternator. At that 30 to 60 days, they are removed from the radioactive substances in the power plant and send it to the away from the human being. But the major drawback in the nuclear power plant is the collection of the wastage particle is very difficult. And here, the fuel used in the nuclear power plant, you can see in this diagram, the deep trench, the bottom of the power plant, they are collected in that the barrels and stored in that the power plant. Every twice a year once, they are carried out from the power plant and away from the river and away from the human being. They are placed in the underground deep trench. But suppose this effect is taken for long period, that is 100 to 500 to 1000 years. These are the major drawback in the nuclear power plant. But in the nuclear power plant, all the working person is highly skilled and highly trained person. Everyone they are wearing for the safety precautions and safety cloth. They are maintaining for the radiation meter. And here it releases for the two things. One is for the internal radiation, another one is for the external radiation. This the nuclear power plant. The internal radiation is nothing but the alpha rays. Alpha rays. That is internal dose from inhalation of the radioactive material in the atmospheric air, and it is entering into the groundwater particle. And external hazards means that is nothing but the beta and then gamma rays. Beta and then gamma. Now the fission product barrier already in the nuclear power plant itself they are observed. In the plant itself, the inside, this is nothing but observed for the radioactive material, and it is a closed vessel. It is closed vessel. Suppose whenever the radioactive particle is entered into the atmospheric air, completely polluted to the environment. And the nuclear power plant operated for the Rankine cycle, that is, it is similar to the working principle is thermal power plant. Nuclear power plant operation based upon the Rankine cycle. To complete the power plant, it is in a closed vessel. Inside, all the processes taken place. The way this is the closely shielded means the radioactive substances is not entering into the open environment, that is the open atmosphere. And the comparison between the nuclear power plant and the thermal power plant, the both this is the fossil fuels is used. In the thermal power plant, the fuel used is the coal. In the nuclear power plant, the fuel used is uranium, thorium, or plutonium. Here in the boiler furnace, coal is burning. In the boiler, the water is converted in the form of steam. That steam drives the turbine, convert the steam energy into mechanical energy, further convert into electric energy with the help of alternator or AC generator. AC generator. Again, given into the grid through step-up transformer. The wastage of the steam collected in the condenser through the cooling water circulated again to the boiler furnace with the help of fed water and then economizer. Fed water pump and then economizer. In the nuclear power plant, instead of boiler, they are replaced for nuclear reactor and then heat exchanger. Nuclear reactor and then heat exchanger. This is primary circuit. And the secondary circuit converted the steam into electrical energy. That is, in this, the main difference in the thermal power plant and nuclear power plant is instead of boiler, replaced for nuclear reactor and then heat exchanger. Nuclear reactor and then heat exchanger. The remaining all working is similar to the thermal power plants. And actually in the nuclear power plant, the water is required, and generally the nuclear power plant is constructed away from the human beings, away from the some distance away from the load center. Comparing to the thermal power plant, nuclear power plant, the water is required and away from the agriculture land. Now the safety precaution of the nuclear power plant is generally here fuel used is uranium, and the primary contaminant it polluted to the environment, that is it destroys the agriculture land, and the nuclear power plant can be constructed away from the agriculture land, somewhat away from the forests and deserts, and away from the schools, residential building, so on, etc. Because it releases for the radioactive substance, that is the radioactive material, due to the beta and gamma radiation, the human beings are affected. Now, the comparison between the three thermal power plant, that is hydro, nuclear, and then thermal power plant. In the hydro power plant, the land requirement is 2,000 to 5,000 acres, because construct for the dam, the huge quantity of water is stored in the reservoir. But in the nuclear power plant, only 20 acres are required. The same amount of the power is generated. But in the thermal power plant, 70 acres are required, because why the 50 acres is more means stored for the cold storage plant, coal handling plant, hash handling, and then hash storage plant. But in the hydroelectric power plant, the fuel requirement is only water. But in the nuclear power plant, 120 tons per year or 12 trucks per year. 12 trucks per year. That is, 12 trucks is approximately 10 tons per truck. One truck, how much the fuel is available? 10 tons of truck is there. Throughout the year power generation, 120 tons is enough in the nuclear power plant. But in the thermal power plant, how much the fuel is required? 38 lakhs tons is required. That means 3,80,000 wagons per year. One, that is nothing but we are carried from the railways, or that is one wagon. How much ton is there? Approximately 100 tons is there. 100 tons is there. But in that hydroelectric power plant, it is not polluted to the environment, no wastage particle. But here the wastage is 1 tons per year. That is radioactive substances. But in the thermal power plant, carbon dioxide released is 70 lakhs tons per year, and sulfur oxide is 45,000 tons per year, and nitrous oxide is 20,000 tons per year. This much of the fuel is wastage.